Hey guys, I've driven just over 3,000 kilometers in Portugal in my new Tesla Model 3 Highland. I've owned this car for just over a month and here is my 1 month review.
The first thing to note is when you get in the car, there's no button to press or anything to press on the screen to start the car. The car's always started. And there's obviously no shifter, there's no stalk anymore to put your car into gear, and you don't do it there's no button for it either, so it's not on the steering wheel. What you do is you step on the brakes, just like the Model S and the Model X now, and you swipe up like an iPhone to start driving, and that's it. There's no frills, there's nothing to press to start. The car's always in ignition mode, if you will. It's my first time owning an EV, first time owning a Tesla. I have driven Teslas before. Last year in 2022 I drove the Model 3 and the Model Y in Los Angeles. I quite liked the Model Y. I didn't really like the Model 3. I thought the finishing was kind of cheap. It didn't feel very comfortable, so I was actually looking to buy the Model Y when we moved to Portugal. But then I saw they released the new Model 3 Highland, and I watched some previews and pre-production release reviews, and a lot of the concerns that people had about the Model 3 were actually improved, and a lot of the things that are in the Model 3 Highland are actually better than what's in the Model Y. So I took a risk and I pre-ordered the car. I hadn't seen it before. So the first time I had seen it and even been in one was when I went to take delivery in Lisbon. So I'm based in the Algarve. The charging network is pretty comprehensive. The only problem is that there aren't many Tesla superchargers, and there's two that I know of in the whole of Algarve that is superchargers. Then you get destination chargers, which are a bit slower, but there's a vast network of third-party chargers. I'll make another video on this, but it is quite complicated to figure out how much you'd pay before you charge, and at each charging point the prices can vary wildly. For example, I've paid up to 86 euro cents per kilowatt hour. At the Tesla superchargers I've paid 27 cents per kilowatt hour, so almost triple, actually more than triple at certain times. Right now I mainly charge at home because I can just plug it in. The car comes included with the travel charger. It is very slow, but because I'm at home for long periods, I can get in like 10-20 kilowatts after a few hours. So mainly these days I've been charging at home. As you can see, I'm almost 100%. I just finished charging at home. After owning Tesla for a month, I'm actually really impressed with the build quality. They have really improved it since the last Model 3. Everything feels a lot more solid, not much creaking. I like the sliding compartment over the the hinged one that they had in the Model 3, and I like that they close the cup holders now as well, so you can hide the cup holders. It does look very sleek, very integrated. I'm never a fan of faux leather material, but they've done quite a good job. But you can still see that it doesn't look like leather, it doesn't feel like leather, but it does feel pretty good quality regardless. I've got the base Model 3, the rear-wheel drive standard range model, so the finishing on here isn't the suede Alcantara, it's just upholstery, same as here, but otherwise the quality is very good. Everything's very solid. We have a lot of storage. This is the most storage I've ever had in a car. I used to drive a BMW X3, which is a much bigger car, and this has more storage. I'm not talking about the front and the trunk. I'm talking about regular storage in the passenger compartments. So this storage, excuse the mess, is extremely deep. You have the two cup holders here, then you have extremely deep storage back here again as well. The door bins can fit a whole massive water bottle, and there's just, to be honest, there's a bit too much storage. It's like actually welcomes clutter. But obviously if you're doing a long road trip or you need to stow away all your goods, it's great because you can hide them mostly away in the storage areas. Another thing I think people probably want to know is, what does it feel like to drive? EVs are run on electric motors, and they do energy regeneration when you're braking or when you're decelerating. There's very strong resistance once you release the pedal, the accelerator pedal. This is what people say when they talk about the one pedal driving. You basically accelerate, like I'll demonstrate. If I let go of the the pedal, you can see that it basically immediately starts braking. So it is a little bit, takes a little bit of time to get used to. You got to keep your foot on the pedal gently so that it doesn't start the braking if you want to continue at a certain speed. But you know, because I have Autopilot, all Teslas come with basic Autopilot at least, you can just put it into Autopilot, then you don't have to worry about that at all. And this is actually one of the reasons why I use Autopilot so frequently, because of the funny braking situation. Some cars have more coasting modes on the EVs, like the BMWs, so you can turn it into brake regen mode or turn that off completely and it'll coast like a car. Some EVs also start moving forward if you don't have your foot on the brake, like an automatic car where if it's in gear, it'll just start creeping forward. Teslas don't do that, so as long as your foot is off the brake, it'll just come to a complete halt. Sorry, not the brake, the accelerator. Okay, another thing that was different to other cars is that the Tesla never had 360 cameras, so you couldn't get a top-down view of parking or like a top-down view of your car. But they recently released for cars that don't have the ultrasonic sensors, the Tesla Vision Park Assist. So it actually is able to emulate what's around you from a top-down perspective. Basically, you have this technology now to build up the surroundings by looking at what it drove past, which is pretty impressive, to be honest, and very accurate, as you can see.
Thank you for watching. If you like this video or have any questions or suggestions of what you'd like to see, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Press the like and subscribe button to follow our journey around Europe in my Tesla. Have a wonderful day and see you next time.